You know, we all love our cats, right? But have you ever stopped to wonder if that feeling is truly mutual? And I don't just mean affection, like purrs and cuddles. I'm talking about something deeper. I'm talking about respect. So in this explainer, we're going to decode the complex, hidden language of feline respect.
So let's just ask it straight up. Does your cat truly respect you? It's a fascinating question, because the answer, well, it isn't found in the obvious stuff. The real signs are way more subtle, and they're probably not what you think.
Okay, here is the absolute key to understanding all of this. Respect in the cat world has nothing to do with obedience. It's about your cat seeing you as a competent peer. This isn't some master and pet dynamic, it's a relationship between equals. And believe me, that one idea changes everything.
To really get this hidden language, we're going to break it down into 3 key themes. First, the trust fall, which is all about vulnerability. Then, a partnership of peers, which focuses on how they see you as an equal. And finally, speaking without words, which honestly I think is the ultimate intellectual compliment they can pay you.
All right, let's dive into our first theme, the trust fall. This is all about the different ways a cat shows you respect, by making itself totally vulnerable around you. It's a huge sign that they've decided you are not only safe, but competent. So to get this first sign, you got to appreciate just how incredibly sensitive a cat's paw is. We're talking over 200 nerve endings per square millimeter. It's their sword, it's their compass, it's a primary tool for survival. So when your cat willingly, without being asked, offers you its paw, that is a profound gesture of peace and trust.
And don't just take my word for it. Animal behaviorist Dr. Sarah Ellis backs this up. She points out that this kind of non-functional touch, meaning they're not asking for food or to be let out, is reserved only for those a cat considers a social equal. It's a signal that they see you as predictable, safe, and totally worthy of this intimate gesture.
Now, this next one might seem completely backwards, but research from Tokyo University suggests that when your cat turns its back on you, it's not an insult at all. It's actually a tactical decision. They are so confident in your ability to watch their six, their blind spot, that they've basically assigned you the role of their trusted rear guard.
Okay, let's talk about the classic belly exposure. A cat showing its belly, that's a sign of trust for sure. But respect, that's a level deeper. True respect is when they expose their belly with no invitation for you to touch it. They trust not only that you won't hurt them, but that you understand and will honor their unspoken boundaries. They don't even need to watch you. That's the difference.
And this leads us to what might just be the ultimate display of vulnerability. A study from Kyoto University found that if a cat holds eye contact with you while doing something completely defenseless, like using the litter box or grooming, it is an absolutely extraordinary sign of respect. It shows they believe your presence requires zero monitoring, even when they are at their most exposed.
So that was all about vulnerability and trust. Now let's move on to our second theme, a partnership of peers. This is all about the specific behaviors that show your cat sees you as a competent partner who shares their world.
Has your cat ever done this? They bring you their favorite toy, their little mouse or whatever, set it down near you, and then just walk away? This isn't a request to play. Veterinary behaviorists actually call this resource sharing, and it's a ritual performed only between equals in a cat colony. They are literally honoring you with their most valued possession. Now, think about your daily routine. Research from the University of Milan found that when a cat adjusts its own activity patterns to match yours, sleeping when you work, getting active when you're home, it's more than just being dependent. It's an active choice to harmonize its life with a valued partner. They're showing respect for the rhythm that you set. This next behavior is straight out of the cat-to-cat communication playbook. When your cat walks up to a boundary, like a closed door, and then stops, pauses, and looks at you for a signal, they're doing something called boundary negotiation. That little check-in shows they recognize your authority over this shared space, and they're treating you just like they would another respected cat.
And that brings us to our final, and maybe most fascinating theme, speaking without words. This might be the absolute highest compliment a cat can pay you. It means they actually believe you're intelligent enough to understand their sophisticated nonverbal language.
Oh man, we have all been there. You call your cat, it looks right at you, and then slowly starts grooming before eventually wandering over. It can be so annoying, right? Well, according to research from Cornell University, that isn't defiance. In the cat world, immediate obedience is for subordinates. By acknowledging your call but responding on their own terms, they are maintaining their dignity and treating you like a peer.
Here's a mind-blowing fact for you. Cats pretty much developed meowing just to communicate with humans. Adult cats almost never meow at each other. So, when your cat uses silent body language with you, like a subtle ear twitch or a slight shift in their posture, they are paying you a massive compliment. It means they believe you're fluent enough in their native language that they don't even need to use the human translation.
All right, let's look at this fascinating little ritual. Research from UC Davis calls this an invitation to allo grooming, which is basically mutual grooming. In cat hierarchies, it's usually the lower status cats that groom the higher status ones. But equals groom each other. So by pausing and looking at you like that, your cat is inviting you into a ritual of partnership, something that's reserved only for secure, equal relationships.
This next one really shows off their social smarts. Imagine you offer your cat a treat they don't want. Instead of just ignoring it, they might sniff it politely, maybe give it a soft little tap, and then turn away. That is a polite decline. They are separating the social act, your kind gesture, from the physical thing itself, acknowledging you while still maintaining their own preference. It shows they respect you enough to actually consider your feelings. It's amazing.
So, after looking at all these subtle signals, what does it all really add up to? What is the ultimate compliment your cat can actually pay you? It really all comes down to these three pillars. When they show you vulnerability, they're showing you deep trust. When they share their world with you, they're treating you as a true partner. And when they use their nuanced native language, they're acknowledging your intelligence.
So here it is, the big takeaway. Your cat doesn't just love you, it respects you. It genuinely sees you as a competent, trusted, and intelligent equal. It's not about being their owner, it's about being their peer. And that, right there, is the greatest compliment of all.
So the next time you're with your cat, watch a little closer. Pay attention to the quiet moments, because now that you know the language, what is your cat really telling you?